Hi, and welcome to Female Entrepreneurs Magazine, your go to platform for ambitious women who are ready to take the business world by storm. I'm your host, Angel France, and each week we'll dive into the latest strategies, stories, and success secrets from the most inspiring female entrepreneurs around the world. Welcome to the Real Female Entrepreneurs. Today's guest is the unstoppable force behind Culture's Link. You know what? She was born in a small Indian town and was diagnosed with spina bifida. She grew up in Azerbaijan, where blending in meant pushing her South Asian roots aside. Fast forward to Spain in 2022, and boom, she realized everyone else was proudly flaunting their culture while she felt, disconnected from hers. Cue the late night therapy sessions, deep dive research, and aha moments that led to Cultures Link, a platform helping immigrants rediscover their roots through workshops and resources. Now, she is on a mission to turn cultural shame into cultural pride, one immigrant at a time. Help me give a warm and vibrant welcome to Anjana Vaid. Welcome, Anjana.
Thank you so much for having me, Angel. This is such an honor. And I love the intro, honestly. It was so creative. I love it. 10 out of 10.
Oh, good. I love giving you guys something fun and exciting, and I think that just nailed what you do as a whole.
Yeah.
And so, explain if you don't mind. So, I think I tapped into it a little bit, but I'd love you to go deeper into it. So, in every entrepreneur's journey, when they start, there's a reason behind it. So,
Yeah.
what made you move to Spain? First off, that got you the aha moment.
Okay. So I moved to Spain to pursue my undergrad here.
Okay.
So I got my undergrad in marketing, international marketing, and I minored in business. And during my final year, final semester, it just clicked in me that you know what, you need to pursue something that is meaningful to you. And ever since I moved here, Angel, I noticed how severely disconnected I was to my own identity, and I didn't really know where I belonged, considering that I am a third culture child. I grew up in Azerbaijan, lived there for 23 years until I moved here. And I'm Indian originally. So never really got the chance to integrate into my Indian roots. Sure, we visit India couple of like every once a year or so, but it didn't really help me reconnect with my roots and understand the beauty of being Indian. And I kind of even had moments of shame, of being ashamed of where I'm from. Also because I was quite bullied at school in when I attended high school in Azerbaijan because I was Indian, and that kind of resulted in me kind of shutting myself down and hiding my own identity and integrating into my surrounding society rather than doing what was good for me. So when I moved to Spain, I noticed how so many people were connected to their own roots and they were so proud of where they were from because Spain is a very multicultural country, and I attended a multicultural university. So I was quite overwhelmed, and that's what struck a chord. And then I realized like, okay, I'm experiencing this. I spoke to my therapist about this. She highlighted that it could be cultural disconnection, and I'd never heard the term before. So I looked it up, and that's when I found out that I'm not the only one struggling with this issue. There's actually millions of people across the world, and there's been studies dating back to the 90s also highlighting this issue. But there's less to no resources or solutions in the market to tackle this issue. So that's why I decided to introduce Cultures Link and create the platform ever since.
And on there, you have resources. Do you have classes? Tell us what all you have on there
Okay.
for people.
So we initially started it as a platform where we would offer courses for people to live courses that people could attend in batches of 10. However, we upon further analysis and discussing it with potential clients and with people who have already engaged with our services, a lot of them wanted a more individualized, personalized approach. So starting from January 2025, we completely revamped our service line, and now we offer it as a subscription-based service for people that are either interested in directly connecting to their roots. We provide them a cultural coach from their ethnic homeland. So let's say you're Indian or you're Mexican, for instance, and you feel disconnected to your roots. We have someone who's sitting in Mexico to have these one-on-one coaching sessions with you and guide you through your levels of cultural disconnection within 4 months. So you'll have your coaching sessions. You'll get the chance to attend workshops, online workshops with other people related to your culture. You'll receive digital goodies. You're also going to receive you're going to take part in challenges to earn points. So the whole point of our platform is to really push for people to connect with their roots. So that's the direct method. And the indirect method is by empowering immigrants who want to start cultural businesses within Western countries. So we provide them with mentorship. I'm one of the mentors because I have a background in marketing and business. I guide them through how to create a sustainable and viable business idea based around their culture. So they're not learning about their culture per se, but they're connecting with it like I did. And since I launched Cultures Link Angel, I have immensely connected with my roots in ways that I honestly couldn't imagine because I do so much research and we engage in so much R&D to develop our platform. So that helped me so much.
I love that. And I mean, R&D works perfect with the marketing career. Come on.
Absolutely.
In business. So that research is the main key to every success in business, I believe, at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's one more thing we're going to bring up because you were diagnosed with spina bifida, you said, at a very young age. And how are you able to do what you do today, and how does it affect you today, and what's going on with you as a whole?
Okay, so I was diagnosed with spina bifida at birth, and it used to affect my day to day life up until I was 10. I've gone through multiple surgeries when I was younger, but up until I entered my preteens, I was quite sickly, but then I somehow got better. My health improved, and then I ended up focusing on my studies and my career. But yeah, I've been a wheelchair user for as long as I can remember, and while it I did have quite a difficult childhood as a result of my health. I was lucky enough to have really supportive parents who never held me back, despite the fact that I am from an immigrant household and not all Indian women do have the opportunities and privileges that I do. But they always supported me despite the fact that I'm a woman, despite the fact that I'm disabled. And that's how I was able to really push for what I believe in. And I was never held back because of my disability. But that was what really pushed me to move to a Western country. And that's what resulted in me finally moving out of my parents' house in Azerbaijan and coming to Spain.
Well, okay, let's just take that. That's all in itself a deep dive because the simple reason that it doesn't matter really what culture you're in. if you have some type of disability and in a wheelchair and a female, the parents have a tendency to be overprotective, number
That,
one. And the fact that they gave you that freedom
yeah,
to be you and to explore
yeah,
and to go in and actually go to college beyond,
yeah.
and finish your degree is amazing. That they're awesome. What do they do
Yeah.
for a living? Tell me about your parents.
My mom's a housewife, and my dad, he's into gastronomy. He's in the restaurant line. We've had restaurants since I was a little kid.
Oh, that's got to be cool.
It is. It's quite hectic. So we've had on entrepreneurial. We've had an entrepreneurial mindset for since I was born. Literally, we've been raised around that. So I couldn't help but turn out this way.
You have to work.
Absolutely.
That one's great. So, moving from the hometown where you grew up
Yeah.
to Spain, how did that move affect you, and how did you learn how to balance everything? I mean, that's a big move.
Yeah. So Azerbaijan, specifically Baku, the capital where I grew up in, it's a very very power driven, very like capitalistic society. People are always trying to make ends meet. That doesn't affect the way people behave because they're very kind and they're very understanding. Some of the most empathetic and hardworking people on this planet are Azerbaijanis. That there is no such thing as a work-life balance in Azerbaijan. I am confident about this, unfortunately. And most post-Soviet countries. So you have Armenia, you have Georgia, you have Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Most of them don't, unfortunately. But when I moved to Spain, I couldn't help but learn to take the back seat and just relax a little bit. And yeah, because people are so laid back here, and they really prioritize mental health and being able to to find a balance between work and your own personal life. And I that's how I managed to do it. I spend my free time after work by either painting, because I am an artist as well. Yes, and or I play The Sims. I play The Sims all the time, and I just do that when I'm at home, and when I'm not doing anything.
So, earlier you told me that Spain shuts down, like, work at about what time?
So banks and like most government organizations here, I mean government establishments, they shut down by like 2 p.m., 2:30. Yeah. So and then they also have their siesta, which is nap time. And that's between, I believe that's between 2 to 5. So all of the shops and many of the restaurants are closed as well for nap time. So you have to work around that, and going to, and there's pharmacies that aren't open on Sundays. Grocery stores aren't open on Sundays. In Azerbaijan, it was completely the opposite. People would work 7 days a week, 24/7. So that was quite overwhelming initially, but I got used to it now. It's been like 3 years that I'm here, and I absolutely wouldn't choose anything over this.
I love it. I think it's cute. I think I mean, I actually moved from the New Orleans area and we moved to a Mississippi home, and you can't get alcohol on Sundays, they say.
Really? Why is that?
I don't
That's
know.
so
So,
interesting.
but I mean, there was a time here in the US where Sundays nobody worked. I mean, nothing was open. But that
Yeah,
was way back when. I mean, now it's like it's a free for
yeah.
all.
Mm,
Yeah.
I see.
And I mean, we do have some shops that do close earlier than you would expect, but not as many as you would think. So,
I see.
I get that. I love that. I love the fact that it gives you that time that most countries do not have. And I love that it gives you that.
It does, and I love that it really pushes you to get into the lifestyle. Like you have no choice because you go to get paperwork done or something, and then you'll see that even the government officials don't care. Like they're chilling. So if they don't care, I shouldn't be worrying either.
I can just
Yeah,
see them laying there sleeping.
exactly.
I love it. All right. What advice do you have for women who are thinking, wow, I want to start a business. I'm just not there yet. I'm not ready.
Chase demand, not an idea. And I know this sounds very harsh, but this is the best piece of advice that I have ever received. I received it from my business professor. She is one of the best professors I've had. And it's genuinely something that is harsh, but it's the truth. It will help you create a business idea and come up with a business idea, Angel, that is truly going to fulfill you. Because you can have the best idea in the world, but if nobody is going to appreciate that, you're going to hate that idea as well. You're
Yep.
going to resent it. So instead of that, you have to find a balance between demand and an idea. You have to look into what does the market want and then address that by adding your own personality and flair to it.
Yep. I I get it. I love that because you know what? Starting this was an idea
Okay,
that I had for over 20 years.
I see.
And so it was just something I wanted to do. And then I just ended up starting it. And a demand has come out of that. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
And so, yeah, but did I know there was a demand? I knew there was a demand. I just didn't know how to make that demand happen. Because the only way you're going to make money in business is in a demand area, not an idea area.
Absolutely. That is true. And I love what you're doing. And there is definitely demand for what you are doing. But yes, that is a huge challenge that a lot of us face. I personally face it as well with Cultures Link. And that is so I know there's demand. I know I have the idea, but now how do I convince people that this is what they really need? So the convincing part is that's the tricky part.
Yeah, but if it's a demand, I don't see where there's a convincing aspect of it.
There, okay, so it's very interesting you brought that up because with Cultures Link, like as immigrants, we most of us, majority of us, I'm sure a lot of them in the US, in fact, they experience tremendous cultural disconnection or shame, but they don't really know about it. They because self-awareness is something that's very limited, unfortunately. And another thing is that they don't, because there's no media to really highlight the tremendous impacts of cultural disconnection. Um, you're not going to find the need to sign up for a service like Cultures Links. But unless you read up on it and then you have a solid understanding of what it is, it's going to be hard. So that's where the convincing comes in, and then the educational resources, and that's what we're really trying to do with our social media.
Yeah, the education and marketing of the aspect. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So, what about an entrepreneur? I mean, you've been in business for a little bit. So, an entrepreneur who's been in business for a little bit and they're struggling, they're hitting a wall. What suggestion do you have for them?
Okay, so first thing is ask questions. Try to gauge what are you doing wrong and be open to feedback. Feedback this month, specifically, we're in February. I have been hit with so many bricks of feedback. And when I say bricks, Angel, it literally felt like that. It was so painful. Like I had to really sit down and evaluate my life choices. But at the same time, it truly helped me evolve from there. So ask questions, try to engage with your audience if you have one. If you don't, try to give out freebies and then try to get out some kind of feedback from there, because that's the best way you can engage. And we offered a lot of freebies here and there just to see what people want, and that's helped us tremendously. So I can really speak from experience.
Oh, I like that. That's a great tip. All right. What you've known so far since you've been in business, what advice would you go back and tell your 18-year-old self?
Oh, okay. So I would tell her to go slow, get to know herself better, and then delve into business. Because when I was 18, 19, I had this mindset of starting an ad agency. And I didn't care that it was such a saturated market. I wanted to introduce my own. And I didn't know a thing about differentiation or anything to make you stand out. So I just wanted to enter the market because I wanted an ad agency. I would tell her to go slow, to get to know herself better, to understand what she is truly passionate about, and then get into it. Because turns out, fast forward to now, she isn't really interested in an ad agency. She's far from that. So
You're more community based, 100%.
definitely.
All right. What is one key business strategy that you did that people looked at you like, why are you doing that? That's not going to work, but it did work.
So, since we are in our initial stages, I can't really say if people are looking at us and and are at awe with what we've done. But I would say that a lot of people didn't believe in the idea, because they thought that, okay, it's you guys are selling them air, you guys are packaging them air, and you're just trying to sell them like an idea feeling, without any scientific backing. And that's not true. There are several studies that actually back the impacts of cultural disconnection, the psychological ramifications it can have. There's several studies that also highlight how we are connected. Our DNA is also connected to our cultures. So some of us are more inclined to eat certain foods, or are more prone, or are more capable of fighting against certain illnesses, because we are from a certain culture. So our culture has a tremendous impact on us and our being as a whole. So I think what I did go against them is I believed in my idea. I found the studies to back up what my claims are, and I'm pushing forward with that idea.
So saying what you're saying brings me back to the blood type. I mean, once you decide, like, I'm A negative, so my culture is more of a European background,
Mhm.
but I live in the United States. I definitely am more of a Mediterranean diet girl than a steak and potato
Absolutely.
girl.
Exactly. Like my taste buds. So my dad is Punjabi and my mom is Goan. So Goa had a lot of Portuguese influence because of colonialism and everything. So my taste buds are also pretty. It's like a nice mix of like South Asian with like Mediterranean. Like I'm absolutely taken aback in Spain as well with the food, because it has like the perfect mix of spice as well as like it just being Mediterranean food, like good seafood. You get the best seafood here, and it's I found the balance.
So I'm a New Orleans girl, so seafood is my jam. I'm more of a pescatarian than anything, you know?
Same here. I
Yeah.
absolutely love seafood.
And I mean, the thing is that eating according to your cultural being makes
Yeah.
a big, huge difference. And like you're saying, if there's a disconnect there, you're not understanding.
Exactly. You don't really know. You might just like the food that you like, but you don't really know why you like it. Or you might just feel like, or you might think like, oh, it's uncool to be like Chilean or like Mexican or like Pakistani. But it's actually really nice. Like you guys have like some of the most diverse cultures in the world. Like that is something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And you need to embrace that. And once you embrace it, you also know why you eat the food that you eat.
Yeah.
Like that,
That's
that's like
great.
an added benefit.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Can you share? You already have so many things going on right now. And I mean, so many different cultures and so many different countries. Do you have anything else happening? Any future plans or goals you want to tell us about?
Um, well, Cultures Link really has to scale up this year. That's my goal. I'm really, since we are new in the market, my goal is to really scale this business up, to introduce the concept, to educate more people about the ramifications. And we do want to branch out and educate younger people about the impacts of cultural disconnection, so we can get rid of the issue before it even spreads. So it's easier to help kids and teach them about how important it is to be connected to their roots and how to find in like something to love about their culture and to love about themselves from a young age, rather than waiting till the damage is done and then having to like untie it and undo it. So that's something I plan on doing this year. I also plan on really branching out in terms of operations, obviously. And my final goal is to really empower more entrepreneurs this year, because our ethnic entrepreneurs program, Angel, as I mentioned, is to empower immigrant entrepreneurs. So I really really want to help create opportunities for people that are interested in starting cultural businesses, and I want to give them the resources and the guidance so that they can create something sustainable. So my goal by 2026 is to have a bunch of successful upcoming businesses out in the market, and hopefully I can send you more people to be interviewed as well.
Definitely. That'll be fun. All right. If you had a superpower for just one day, 24 hours, what would it be?
Okay, I think I like to be cloned, just so I could relax while my clone could do all of my work for like a day.
So, there's this show. Have you ever seen it? It's called Multiplicity, I believe it is, with Tom
No,
Hanks. Oh my
no.
god, it's so funny. He has about 4 of him, and they get a little bit non-smarter every time he clones them. So
Oh,
he
I see.
yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's for a day, it's fine. We need someone who's like me for a day. No, we don't want a stupider version.
Go see go see the movie. It's funny. It's funny. It's
I
cute.
definitely will.
Yeah. All right. What's one fact about you that not a lot of people know about that you don't mind sharing?
Um, this might sound a bit pretentious, but I know quite a few dialogues from Mad Men. Like I can quote it. Like I have watched Mad Men an unspeakable amount of times, and I've been watching that show on repeat since I was 16 years old. So that's a fun fact about me. It's quite funny because on the outside I appear as this bubbly, very girly persona that is super like colorful and everything, but then my choice in like television is like 60s ad men drinking whiskey in their in their offices and cheating on their wives. I don't know, do not judge me. But it's one of the best series to ever show up on television.
So Mad Men. Okay. I've watched a few of them. Then I got distracted on something else. I'll have to go back to it.
Definitely do. It's such a good show.
All right. What about a favorite book or books? Do you have one or two?
So I don't really read books as much, but I am reading this book called Come As You Are. It is about being a woman and about femininity and understanding our bodies better. And I feel like as a woman with a disability, it's very, very important that I learn to embrace myself and I learn to understand that the way my body works is normal. And the term normal itself is so, so wrong. And this book is tremendously helping me. I would really recommend it.
Wow. Coming as you are, correct?
Come as you are. Yeah.
Come as you are. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait
Yeah.
to read that one.
Yeah.
All right. What about a favorite song or songs that get you moving and grooving?
Oh, so okay, so I have a bit of an obsession with songs from the 80s. So a song that really puts me in the mood. Well, two of them. The first one is Calling Gloria. So Gloria, that's yeah, that one. And the second one is I Will Survive. 100%. Yeah, that gets me in the mood and it gets me going beyond time.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Um, so there was one. It was, I believe it went along the lines of our ancestors have fought so hard to get us to where we are. We should not let anyone take away our shine from us.
Oh, that
I
fits
could be
so much.
misquoting it. I could be misquoting it, but it is one of my favorite quotes of
We
all
will
time.
find it.
The
We will
gist is the same.
we'll find it because that fits culture's link so perfectly.
Absolutely.
It really does. All right. How do you stay motivated?
I remind myself of the life I want in the next 3 years. I want to live a slow and content life. I'm not about glitz and glam, despite my the choice in television. I do want to have a slow life, but in order to have that and to be stress free and financially free, I understand that I have to work super super hard, and in order to make a difference in the life of people, I really have to push myself to limits that I would not imagine. So that's really what gets me going.
That's awesome. All right. You know what? You have been a fabulous guest. Oh my God. I love it. But what is the best way for our audience to stay connected with you? Because I know they're gonna want to do that.
You can check us out on Instagram and TikTok at cultures.link on both the platforms, or check us out on our platform itself, our website, which is www.cultureslink.com.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say to our audience that maybe we didn't talk about?
Yes. So, Angel, I absolutely love what you are doing. I love that you're creating a platform for women to come forward, irrespective of their age, their race, or their ability. I really, really want to see more platforms like yours that empower disabled female entrepreneurs, because I feel like, as you mentioned earlier, um, being a disabled woman, irrespective of the cultural background you come from, is very hard. And because we're constantly protected because of our gender and our ability, we're not really empowered to pursue ventures like entrepreneurship, and that results in so much wasted potential. So I absolutely love what you're doing, and I wish more platforms would do that, and they would empower disabled women like myself to really come forward and push ourselves to make a difference on this planet and secure ourselves financially.
I love that. That is so true. Because I mean, you just never know. Everybody has so many differences. And I mean, you're dealing with differences every day in what you do with cultural.
Yeah.
And, there's so many disabilities as well out there. And so many people think I can't do it because of, and that is not the case. And you're here to prove that.
Exactly. I mean, I hope I can. I genuinely hope I can, and I really, really hope that I can, even if I can push a single woman to do it, to go forward with it, irrespective of the disability that they have, I will feel like I have done my work on this planet.
I love it. And Jenna, you are amazing. Mwah. I love you having you here. Oh my God, you're
Thank
so
you.
fabulous.
Thank you so much, Angel. It was great speaking with you.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Female Entrepreneurs Magazine. I hope you found inspiration, actionable tips, and a sense of connection with our incredible community of driven women. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a review, and share the episode with fellow entrepreneurs who are ready to elevate their game. Remember, your success is just the beginning, and we're here to support you in every step of the way. Until next time, keep shining, keep thriving, and remember, you have the power to create the business and life of your dreams. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.